Hey everyone, episode 2 of Behind the Barons. I'm Bryce Koon, the Barons Media Relations Assistant, and today we're taking you up to the front office. We were in the dugout last week, and now we're up to the front office. John Cook here, who works in the front office. John, how are you doing today?
Doing good, Bryce.
Listen, I know that we're ready to get baseball back. When baseball does come back, you're going to have a huge part in that, as is everyone in the front office. Talk a little bit about your role, and when the fans see you at the ballpark, they can say, hey, I know that guy. What exactly do you do?
Well, Bryce, my title is Vice President of Business Development. Just to give you a quick snapshot, I work with our account reps, our corporate sales managers on our sponsorship program. Our sponsors have been great through the years, and we make sure that we're fulfilling everything that we promise to them and over delivering if we can. So that's where you'll see at the ballpark a lot of the promotions we do, a lot of the giveaways, a lot of the in-game, the fun contests that we do, the video board and all the radio and signage that you see around the ballpark is all part of that program. And we've got a great team that works on that with just wonderful clients here in Birmingham that support the Barons, support the community, and realize the value of being able to attach their brand with what the Barons mean to Birmingham.
The Barons obviously a big part of the community as well. That's something that has been hashed in meetings in the front office that I've been able to be a part of. And everyone around the community seems to be a Barons fan as well. So in a place where college football can dominate, it's nice to have a little bit of baseball in the summer months. We're hoping to have that this year. But you talked about promotions, and I want to ask you this. What has been your favorite promotion that you've been a part of with Birmingham?
Well, with Birmingham, my favorite, and I say it a lot, I really love the Rickwood Classic. As great as Regions Field is, and it's home, the chance to go to Rickwood Field, once a year and pay homage to, the history that you find there of America's oldest ballpark, and, stepping back in time and baseball in really a pure sense. And in my background, I know we'll talk about it, I spent a little time in spring training in Florida, and I get that same type of a feel. It's it's really baseball at its purest. And so as far as a promotion, the Rickwood Classic, I also am really fond of our Field of Dreams program. I've always enjoyed, before a Barons game, starts, before that first pitch, seeing the little leaguers go out and for the national anthem with the Barons players is very special. And it's just hard to improve on those kind of feel good promotions.
I know as a kid when I had my little league team did that, and so that was an awesome experience. You feel like you're on top of the world as a kid when you get to go out there for the national anthem and you stand next to the players and you get to see the crowd. It's a really cool experience. You've been a part of baseball for a long time. Talk to us. How did you get into it, and what are some of your stops along the way? Because Birmingham is only a chapter in your story of your baseball career. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, let's hope it's a strong chapter. I grew up. I was blessed to grow up with a dad that really loved baseball. He knew it backwards and forwards, and instilled, in myself and my brother, some of those values. And so from an early age, we were playing ball all the time. I can't remember, doing anything else really. And so I always loved the game, played the game. I got the chance to play in college, a couple of years at a small school in South Carolina before I transferred and got my degree at the University of Alabama. I didn't know that this was a career for me. I knew pretty quick that I wasn't going to be a player, down the road. So I kind of peaked on some of that stuff. But, I just on a whim, sent my resume out to every team in the country, and or just about when I graduated, and heard from a few. Got the opportunity to work for the Toronto Blue Jays and right out of college, and started in Dunedin, Florida, at their spring training site, and got the experience in spring training, and really learning the ropes and doing a lot. In minor league baseball, we wear a lot of hats, so just doing and soaking up as much as I could, and I guess I did okay. I progressed. Got the opportunity to be a general manager in an independent league out in Texas, out in Amarillo. And, it's a long way from anywhere out in Amarillo. But they've got a great minor league team there now. the Sod Poodles. But when I was there, it was an independent league, and we did what we could do to make it happen, and had a good experience there. But I got the chance to be a general manager before getting back into affiliated baseball with the Philadelphia Phillies. Again, I was at their spring training site in Clearwater. Was a general manager there for the minor league Class A Florida State League team for 5 years. Kind of stepped away from that role and took a position with Pat O'Connor and Mike Moore at minor league baseball's headquarters down in St. Pete. After my run in Clearwater, and spent 6 years there. And while I was still in baseball, while I was still in minor league baseball, I got the chance to go to hundreds of ballparks around the country. Really enjoyed that. Met a lot of great people. And there are a tremendous amount of great operators in this game. I missed the day-to-day aspect of having your own team and working at a ballpark and working with a staff. That's really what I missed is having an idea, before the season, and then building on it and developing that, and then, seeing it come to fruition, and the day-to-day experiences of dealing with fans and working with fans and, and sponsors and all that aspect. So I got the chance to come to Birmingham, and I knew about the new ballpark. I came up at the end of 2010, when we were at the Hoover Met, spent a couple of years there. But this ballpark downtown that would become Regions Field was very high on our list of things we were working on, and really got to work with the team and the ownership and management, and put the plan in place for sponsorships and advertising and all those elements that go into a new ballpark. And to come downtown in 2013 and open up this beautiful facility and see what it's done for the community, to watch the area develop through what will be our 8th season, and when we eventually play this year, it's been tremendous. And the Logan family, I thank them. I can't thank them enough for the opportunity. Jonathan Nelson for giving me the chance to come up here and get back to a club level, to work with a team, to be able to take my boys to the ballpark, which is very important to me and my family, and everything that about raising a family that makes Birmingham so great and such a wonderful place to do it. I can't thank them enough. And 2013 was a special year, Bryce, to see all the plans and all the meetings and all the drawings come to life with Regions Field, and to see the excitement. Everything wasn't perfect on the first night, far from it, but I think there was enough excitement, and people understood that this was such an important piece of what Birmingham could be and what it could do. And when enough collective minds got together and put their hard work into it, what it could be. And I just thank the community for supporting us. And and that was such a special year to win the championship. You can't really plan it any better than it turned out. And will always be my favorite year in baseball is 2013, and with a lot of great memories, storybook career I would characterize it as. But it's such a good ballpark, and we've, as great as 2013 was, 2014 through 17, 18, 19 has been great as well. And I know 20 has kind of gotten off to a rough start, but as soon as we can take the field and get back to as normal a life as we can, we're anxious to do it at the right time, of course.
I know you are. For people watching, they can see the background. The background you have is Regions Field with a little bit of the skyline in place. So it's a beautiful stadium, beautiful ballpark, and you really hit the nail right on the head that this is a community-oriented team. The Logan family with their legacy in Birmingham, with not only the Barons but the Legion as well. So kind of having that infrastructure there. But I've asked you the hard-hitting questions now, and I want to ask you. You talked about I guess you answered the question already too. What was your most favorite season? 2013, being a part of that new stadium. But John, we appreciate you coming on. You took some of the questions right out of my mouth right there. That was great stuff, though. Appreciate you coming on and just talking. And I know, no doubt, that for the city of Birmingham, for baseball fans, whenever we get to return the sights and the sounds of the ballpark, that's going to be a welcome sight to not only the fans but to your ears as well.
Yeah, it's there's nothing more American than going to a ballpark and smelling the hot dogs on the grill and hearing the crack of the bat and just all the things, spending time with your family to watch baseball, regardless of the score. It's a fun, clean, safe environment. And, like everybody, I can't wait to get back to it.
Well, we hope to get back to it soon. Meanwhile, we hope everyone stays safe. John, you and your family as well. We're ready to get out of the ballpark and get back to work. We appreciate you coming on, though.
Thank you, Bryce. Enjoyed it.